Whew. Now what? Is there going to be another version of yourself?
Magnificent, my children. With this, the world will...
Diorama heals 4,030 HP. Lucifer created a star and changed affinities.
What did... What... Oh. Oh, man, you're in for the long haul. I'm gonna mute you for a sec because I'm curious what happens here. Ichiro and Yuzuru? No. Ichiro and Abdia. That's the new world.
And so, the new ruler has taken up the order of the old. Established by the one true God, this order has long governed both angels and humans alike. Seeking to prevent further chaos, the new ruler has bestowed a new Tokyo and restored those that were lost. Though it is but an echo of a past miracle, the people shall remain blissfully unaware as they go about their lives. See how the new ruler watches from his throne, how greatly pleased he is with his work. One justice, only one right answer. It is a world that wholly rejects infinite possibility. But for the humans who so easily lose their way, may this be their guiding light, their path to unwavering faith. With a prosperous future ahead, mankind need not think for themselves. They need only exhibit their devotion.
Law Route is horrible? What? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say so. I see what you mean. There's the credits now? It feels like it's the credits. That's what I thought. Crazy. didn't get that type of vibe, honestly. But how I would describe this game was, it really had you thinking about combat a lot more, rather than just pressing random buttons. Not just random buttons, but it got you really thinking. It truly had you thinking about what you should and shouldn't do. Because with the press turn system, you could get extra turns. And I remember the one thing I learned about this game when it first came out. People were like, or at least IGN, I think, was like, "Oh, it's Persona without the heart." Well, of course it is. It's not Persona. I think as the game as itself was the game about combat and giving yourself the best position to give yourself an advantage. So it was more than just, because with Persona, I like to compare Persona's combat as like a more dumbed down version of it. Well, exactly. I don't like it either. It's not Persona just because it's under the same umbrella as Shin Megami Tensei, because it used to be Shin Megami Tensei Persona before it kind of broke away from it. But the main thing here, they wouldn't have had Persona without... Exactly. That's the thing I like about this game more than Persona. You really had to think about what your moves were, what your team was. I would say Persona's a more simplified combat system. And that's more about, the difference between the two is Persona's about the characters and story with combat. This is all about combat. Like I said, you really had to... like your team basically was like a lump of clay, and you just had to like mold it into the best that you could. Meanwhile, Howler's over there struggling. Meanwhile, I've already beaten the game. I blame me being on normal. I explain all the time Persona isn't as to be. Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree with that. But in the end, this is a solid game. I think the original plan was to sometime later this year, or maybe even into 2023, I don't know, play Nocturne, but obviously that's is out the window with Soul Hackers now. If I do another game, probably the next RPG game I play past this, because we still have to do the neutral ending, we still have to do the the neutral ending, and then the true ending, of course. So, but of course, we still have yet to even defeat Shiva. So, I feel like they strayed away from the story like they did with most of the SMT games. I don't like that you just choose the route. I love the new UI, and I love that they made the reverse fusion setup. Yeah, there's a lot of things that not even Royal had compared to SMT. SMT had a lot of options, especially the reverse compendium, fusion. Because I know Royal had, like, even as far back as Golden had that, I think. I could be wrong. No. Yeah, as far back as Golden, so that's 2012, had the reverse fusion. What Persona doesn't have is the reverse compendium setup, fusion setup. And that part is really cool. But yeah, probably the next thing I do once we pass the once we get through the neutral, and that is, I'm just gonna be doing random stuff until Soul Hackers probably. But as to this game, I think it does what it does well, which is focuses on the combat and strategy, which that's all I could ask. So I think it was a fantastic game on that front. But after that, I couldn't tell you. There's still one more thing that we got to do. Two more things, actually. Probably not going to do it today is the neutral ending, and I think the following week is when I'm going to be doing the true ending stuff. That in itself might take it. Lady Nua has been unlocked for fusion. Fallen Abdiel has been unlocked for fusion. Saving clear data. Preparing to save clear data. By loading this clear data, you'll be able to start a new game plus from the beginning of the game. In doing so, you'll be able to carry over certain elements of your previous playthrough, such as your levels and money. A warning sign when saving. Since clear data is a special type of save data, it's used to start a new playthrough. It cannot be used to load previous game progress. When saving clear data, it is strongly recommended to either save in an empty slot, overwrite a slot you do no longer want. I'll put it on slot 4. Because slot 4 is not used. And then I'll probably use slot 5 for neutral. And then slot 6 for true.